Hey everybody, welcome back to my video. Just making a video about everything, about my life. This is gonna be a part 2 about my other video. It was called Sub Let's Talk. It was called Sub Let's Talk. But this is gonna be number 2. So I'm making another video because the other video ended. But I want to talk about the system. About the matrix that we live in. I think I broke the system in the matrix, so that's why everybody's freaking the fuck out. And I didn't mean to do that, but when people fuck with me, then I go try hard mode. Like if people fuck with me, I go try hard. I'm not even joking around. Like I can activate try hard mode and I go try hard. Right? And the reason why I go try hard is because that's my special ability. I can go try hard. You know why? Because I destroy things. That's why I turn try hard. So, the reason why I turn tryhard is because, that's my secret ability. I don't tell people this, the reason why I bring this up is because, I don't really want to, harm anybody. I just want to try to activate my special ability, trying to find my special ability, trying to see what I can do. I've been reading the Bible a little bit, not that much, but I've been trying to get closer to God, yeah, I've been getting closer to God every day, but not technically getting closer to God. I mean, I am. It's just that, I feel like God lives in all of us. God lives in all of us. That's what it is. God is the man. That's what God is, Jesus Christ, yeah, And I don't mean to come off as a bad guy or anything like that. Everybody takes everything too fucking serious. Like, take a fucking joke, man. Like, do you guys ever realize what a fucking joke is? I mean, why? Why is that, I could do this all day. I could talk all day, man. I can seriously talk all day, I can seriously do this all day, Maybe it's because I'm getting restless, I'm getting older. Maybe I'm turning into an old man, I might have a wizard in my hand. I might transform into a gay frog. But, I don't want to do that as much as I used to. I don't do that much. I might, Oh, we're gonna find out right now. I'm just joking now. For serious, But, I feel like, I feel like if I don't communicate with my fans and my audience, then how am I supposed to know what my audience wants? For example, like I like to watch shows, movies. Sometimes I play video games, but I don't play video games anymore. It's because I got trimmers, So I still play video games. I play single player games, I don't really play online games anymore. Online games kind of suck now. It's all pay to win, microtransactions and shit. It's like a loot box. Tickle my pickle to get a nickel. I mean, they try to cover it up. You like to cover up shit about video games? Wow, it's very interesting. About how the system works in the game. I wonder why. Greedy ass motherfuckers. It's funny, huh? Yeah, I think it's pretty funny. Not trying to come off as a bad guy or anything like that, but I just like to talk. That's all I like to do. That's all I like to do. I like to talk, exercise, walk. I like to prove myself. I like to work on the better version of myself. And I don't come off as, I'm not trying to come off as a guy that knows everything, but I obviously don't know everything, because nobody knows everything around the world. Nobody knows everything, but you might know some stuff about you might know some information about a lot of things. You might know some information about little things, but yeah. See, I have three close friends. My close friends are very close to me. Yeah, I have very close friends to me. Yeah. you know, yeah. You know, if you want to try to understand me, you can, you know. Um, we all been through things, you know. We all go through things, and that's just what life is, you know. Life is hard, you know. It's not that hard unless you get a job and stuff, you know. It's just like, for me personally, it's hard for me to get a job because when I go outside, I get very anxious outside. It's very hard for me to get a job and stuff, you know. You probably say to yourself, go touch grass, go touch grass. You know, why should I go touch grass, huh? Why should I go touch grass? Huh? What's the point of doing that? You know, I'm actually trying to defend, I'm not trying to defend anybody, you know. Um, you know, I don't need to defend, you know, but there's been a lot of crazy shit going around the world, huh? You think I'm crazy? Wow, that's unbelievable. You want to send, you know, people want to send me to a mental asylum. Go ahead, do that. See what happens. I mean, I don't want to go to one, but if I have to, I'll go to one, you know, because I'm pretty fucking crazy, you know. Not an asylum, but I usually go to my doctors and stuff, you know, because I'm pretty crazy, you know. I have a lot of mental problems with my head and stuff, and with the way I act and stuff, and my behavior. So, you know, I don't mean to come off as a bad guy or anything like that, you know. But you know, yeah. Just letting you guys know how much I appreciate every single one of you guys. You know, you guys mean the world to me. But obviously, you know, there's been a lot of problems with how the system that we live in is going corrupt. The system is going corrupt. Pretty soon the system's gonna fail, and there's nothing that we can do to support it. The only thing you can do is fuck off. Unless you want to talk to me, unless you want to be my friend, then I'll talk to you. But obviously, if you're not my friend, then fuck off. If you're gonna be an enemy to me, then fuck off. You know, I don't really care if you're my enemy. I don't really care if you're my friend. Unless you're a close friend of mine, then I appreciate you. Unless you're a friend of mine, then you're a friend. But if you're my enemy, then you're my enemy. But you're not really my enemy, you know. I don't really have any enemies, you know. People hate me because I guess I'm just built different. You know, I'm just built different, you know. And the reason why I'm built different is because, you know, a long time ago, and you know, these gay clowns were chasing after me, and they were chasing after me, you know. So I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything else, you know. But you know, I don't really want to try to, you know, get mad at anybody, but like, what's everybody's fucking problem? I mean, I just got back, you know. I just got back from my trip, so, you know, yeah. Well, it was a couple months ago before I got back. I mean, I would say about, like a month ago, 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, I got back from my trip, my long trip that I had, when I did all these, yeah. I got back on my trip, you know, not back on my trip, but I'm back now, right? But you know, yeah. So this is how you guys are just operating. This is life, really. This is life. So this is what you guys see. This is what you guys see, really. This is how you act. It's fucking crazy, man. Wow. I don't know, man. You know, I'm just joking around, you know. But I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of natural disasters, you know. Not like tornadoes or tsunamis and tornadoes. I'm talking about like war. I've been through a lot of war in my life, you know. I was trying to save a couple of people during my wars, you know, during my battles on the Xbox, you know. But I couldn't save a lot of them because I was going through a war. I couldn't tell who it was and who wasn't, you know. But yeah, you know. Just text me anything, you know. If you want to talk to me, if you want to try to hit me up, just hit me up, you know. We could talk, you know. Everybody, I think everybody's chill on this platform. You know, this is a pretty chill platform to go on. And the reason why I think it's pretty chill is because everybody likes to, you know, I likes to learn. I like to learn too, you know. The reason why I like to learn is because, you know, I like to, you know, I like to, you know, I like to do a couple of things, you know, try to slow down, you know, try to relax, you know, try to absorb, you know, but I don't mean to do that, you know, it's just that, you know, I'm trying to come off as a good guy, you know, I'm not trying to come off as a bad guy or anything like that. Technically, you know, I am the bad guy, but I'm also the good guy, so, yeah, so I'm like both ways, I'm a good guy and a bad guy, you know, but, you know, I don't really understand why everybody has such a hatred towards the way we think, because I'm a free thinker, you know, people like to kill free thinkers, you know why? Because we know stuff that other people don't really know. You know, think about it for a second. What do you think happens in the system that we live in? Do you think that the system's corrupt? Do you think the system's falling apart? Do you think America is going into a little bit of a do you think America is going to like a third world country? You know? I don't know. That's just my opinion, you know. America is not America as it used to be, you know. That's just my opinion, you know. America's trying to change, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. You know, I thought it would be better, you know. I thought it would be good. You know, I thought it would be, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't mean to cause all these problems, all this chaos. You know, it's just, if you knew about my past, you know, if you guys knew about my past, you would understand why I'm like this. I'm not mad at anybody. I swear to God, I'm bothered by everybody. You know, the reason why I say that is because you know, there used to be a time when, you know, I was different. You know, where I was myself. When I was, you know, normal. But you know, that's a good thing, you know. You know, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Another thing is, if you guys see me depressed or sad, not actually sad, you know, I'm just, you know, always like this because, you know, I'm just a very sad person, you know. And the reason why I'm a sad person is because, you know, I used to be I used to do a lot of things back in my past, and I don't really care if I do a lot of things in my past because people got what they fucking deserved. And people talk about masquerades, you know. What do you fucking expect? You know, what do you fucking expect? Seriously, what do you expect? I never did anything, and that's the point. Everybody likes to treat me like a fucking villain. I mean, I kind of am the villain a little bit, but I'm definitely not a bad guy or a good guy. You know, I mean, I am the bad guy and the good guy, but obviously, you know, I don't really care what you think. Okay, I don't really care what you say. I don't really care what you have to bring up, because that's not my fucking problem. That's your fucking problem. So if you ever fuck with me again, I swear to God, bro, I'll grab a fucking baseball bat and I'll shove it up your fucking ass. I'm not even fucking joking around. Alright? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, you know, I like to help people out. Okay, I really like to help people out. I really like to help out the system as much as I can, because the system is crumbling and failing, and we only have one. I always have a backup plan, and also we need to figure out how to fix the system. You know, how we can make the system more better than it is. Right? Because think about the system. Think about the system, the matrix that we live in, this little illusion that we live in, this whole lie, this reality that we live in. It's all fake. You know, and the reason why I'm saying this is because, you know, I'm not coming off as a gay clown or anything like that, because I am a gay clown, you know. But you know, a long time ago in my past, I used to be very aggressive. I used to be very mean. You know, that was when I was a kid. But I was a manly kid growing up in an adult body, right? You know, so yeah. That's all I want to say, you know. But I got more things to say. You know, I'm just coming off as a good guy, you know. But you know, I don't know, man. You know, I just took my medications, got back to my old self. Not my old self, my self that I really like, you know. And you know, yeah. But you know, my goal is to save the world, pretty much. I have to save the world. You know, everybody wants to save the world, you know. Me, I'm doing that 10 times more. I know how to save the world, but people don't listen to me because they don't believe me. You know? Like, think about North Korea for a second. There's no COVID cases in North Korea. You know why? Everything is locked down. I mean, I'm not coming off as a I don't support them or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I think that's crazy because, you know, North Korea is like the most secretive country in the world, you know, and it's just like, you know, why? Now, not why, but I understand why, because North Korean governments doesn't like other countries, you know, because they've been through a lot of wars, you know. But me, I had a very tough past, you know. I had a very dark past, you know. People bring that up all the time about me, you know. Why I did the things I did. The reason why I did them was because I didn't want to come off as an enemy. I didn't want to come off as the guy who hates everything. I didn't want to come off as the guy who didn't really know what I was doing. And I just want to apologize, because I'm not like that. You know, I'm a very happy guy, you know. I mean, I literally just got rid of my depression. I just got out of my hell. Alright? So, if you fuck with me again, I'm gonna give you a warning. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna give you a warning. I'm gonna give you a warning. I'm gonna give you a warning. Let me say it one more time. I'm gonna give you a warning. You ever fuck with me again, I'll make sure something happens. I wasn't joking around. You know. And I just like to play dumb. You know, I like to play dumb. You know why? Something I like to do, you know. By the way, you know, I don't really understand why everybody has to run away or chase me. I'm just joking around, but not really. But, you know, I'm sorry that I've come off intimidating. That's just my personality, you know. That's just because I grew up in the Wild West. So, you know, that's just my personality, you know. You know, I'm not really trying to cause any problems or anything. I'm just trying to understand why everybody's like this. Why everybody's fake. Why everything is fake and gay. You know, why everybody has to be the way they are. I mean, I know a lot of people are jealous, you know, of my success, you know, but that doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me a person that, you know, I should be a good person, you know. That's why I like to help people out, you know. um, you know, so, yeah, I just been through a lot of stuff, you know. I'm pretty traumatized from it as a kid. Not as a kid, as a teenager, you know. I don't know, I was traumatized. I've been through, it's a long story, you know. It's just a really long story, you know. Don't mean to come off as a, you know, as a guy that knows everything, you know, or a bad guy, you know. But, you know, yeah. So, if you guys understand me, if you guys don't understand me, that's fine, you know. You can try to understand what that means or what it doesn't mean, right? Now, what I mean by that is, you know, I want to understand why everybody has a fucking problem with me. Like, what's the point of that, right? What's the point of that, you know? Why? You know? Is it the way I talk, dress, walk, talk, my eyes? What is it? Is it the way I dress? Is it my demeanor? Is it the way I talk? What? What is it? You know? What is it? You know? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know? Sorry, I'd like to say a couple of jokes because I think jokes are pretty good, you know? So yeah, that's all I want to say. I mean, I'm gonna say couple more things. I'm gonna put my arms down because I'm in pain. I think I was working out, so you know, yeah. And that's the reason I don't really care anymore, man. If something happens to me, I really don't care. I would rather rot in hell than living here. No, not living here. I'd rather rot in hell than live in reality. You know. The reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, I don't want everybody to know that I, you know, do the things that I do. I don't mean to do them. It's just that, like, you know, I really have a big problem with my mindset, the way I believe in myself, you know. It's just, I don't really believe in a lot of things, you know, a lot of things that I don't really understand, you know, things that I really do understand, some things I don't understand, and, you know, coming off as a good guy, you know. But, you know, yeah. Oh, my back, man. Fuck. Sorry, my back hurts. Okay, maybe I should put my arm right there. Okay, it's good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. I can crack my back. You know, so I'm not coming off as a bad guy or anything like that, you know. But you know, yeah. I just like to make videos, you know, because videos are pretty cool to me, you know. I just want everybody to chit chat so we could talk. I just want everybody to just talk to me. Try to communicate with me. Try to explain to you what the fuck the problem is. I want to have solutions. Okay, I want to have solutions. You know. So, what seems to be the problem to everything, right? What seems to be the problem towards a lot of things, right? To a lot of things, you know. I'm not sure, you know. You know why I'm making a YouTube video? You probably say to yourself, why am I making a YouTube video? Because I want you to see my true self. I want you to see who I really am. You know, I like to hide. I'm very good at hiding. And I don't mean to hide. It's just, you know, I like to hide my feelings because I'm a very broken person. You know, I'm a very broken person. I'm not a broken person. It's just I feel like a broken person because I've just been through a lot of my life. You know, and I sound like a broken machine almost, but you know, I don't want to come off as a broken machine. You know, I want to come off as a guy that thinks they know some stuff, but they don't know. You know, and you know, yeah. I'm gonna end this video because my back fucking hurts. So I'll see you guys later.